Hey guys, what's up? It's CarsonLee and I'm gonna film another kind of ranty video today that I haven't scripted about how sometimes goals and expectations it can be a bad thing, I guess. So basically what kind of started this whole idea is that I just graduated recently and I got my degree in the mail, and I was expecting to get a certain Latin honors based on my university and the history of my university. So my university lists their Latin honors online for the last decade, and for the last decade in my college I would have a certain Latin honors, like my GPA would fit me in a certain category, and I don't particularly know why, but this year it's a lot higher than it normally is for my graduating year, and so my GPA, I did not get into that Latin honors category that I thought I would, which is not a big deal. It's not. It really is not. And for some reason, I let this throw me for a loop yesterday. I'll be honest, so I had been out all day and I came home and I found my degree, like it had come in the mail, and I opened it and I see it, and I had to like Google to check, right? Because I assumed I was going to get the Latin honors that I thought I would, because for the last decade of graduating classes in my university I would have, but not this year. And I let that affect the rest of my day. Well, not the rest of my day. I shook it off. I shook it off eventually, but I had just gotten back from going out with my family and I came back into my room. I put pajamas back on. I got back into my bed and I wasted some time, or I guess I didn't waste time. I used social media to decompress, watching a whole bunch of funny TikToks and not thinking about it, but there's no reason why I needed to do that, because if you asked me before I had seen my degree and I had seen the Latin honors that I got, if I was proud of what I did in college, absolutely. Do I have any regrets about my education experience? No. I did my best. I pushed myself further than I ever thought I could push myself. I accomplished more than I ever thought I could accomplish. And I saw those 3 words on my degree and it made me so upset. It made me feel like I didn't do enough, like I wasted time, like I wasn't good enough. And that's not true. And it made me think about why words like that can just completely change my perspective on not only an experience, 4 years of my life, but also myself as a person. I should not be letting things like that affect me like that. And it made me think about how many other times that happens in life, in my life personally, and maybe in your life if you can relate to me. But I'll be writing and, you know, I'll write where I can't see the word count, and I'm loving it. The scene is awesome. It's flowing. My characters are shining in a way I didn't think they would. Things are clicking, and then I exit out of that screen and I see that I only wrote 500 words in 20 minutes. And I know that I can write between 600 and 750 words in 20 minutes. And I get upset with myself. There's no reason for me to be upset with myself because I wrote 500 awesome words. Because if I had written 750, maybe those words would have sucked. Maybe those words would have been garbage words where I'm like, I'm writing just because I have to write, but this isn't really good. It's not flowing. It seems clunky. It doesn't seem like it's going to stay for very long, but I need to get it out for the first draft. Versus 500 awesome words. Like, why is that word count the end all be all? Why is that Latin honors the end all be all? And another example, I was talking about colleges with my sister because she is going to be a senior in high school and she's excited to go to college, and we're all excited for her to go to college, and she said she's nervous. She's nervous that she's not going to do it right, or she's not going to go to the right school, or not going to get the right major. And at the end of the day, things are going to work out the way they're meant to work out. And something that they don't tell a lot of people, but your bachelor's is important. And it's nothing to belittle. To get your bachelor's is an amazing honor. I only have my bachelor's. But when you're looking at your career, your bachelor's degree can take you in a million different directions, and they might not necessarily be the direction that you studied in school. Or you could go back to school to get your master's, and if you have a bachelor's and you did well, that's mostly what they're concerned with. They don't necessarily care what it's in, unless you're going into a very specialized field where you need to continue building on knowledge you had from your bachelor's. But if you get your bachelor's in history, you can go ahead and get your master's in digital design, and nobody will care. Nobody cares that you got your bachelor's in history. You can still get into a master's program in digital design and get a degree in it and work in that field. And it made me sad to see my sister feel so defeated already before she got to college about labels and what those labels are going to say about her and the boxes that they're going to put her in. And we shouldn't be letting labels put us in any boxes. That's just absurd. And we all do it. I do it. I'm guilty of doing it. I did it yesterday. It just it makes me upset. And the whole college thing, like, I got my degree from this university versus this university. A degree is a degree. You should be proud of getting it from wherever you got it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that you worked. It doesn't mean that somebody from a better college worked harder than you. It doesn't mean that they had better professors than you did. It doesn't mean that they did better than you. But we let the status of the name affect how we feel about what we did. We let the brand of our clothes affect how we feel in them, or how we feel around other people in them. And we shouldn't. And I guess this is part rant, part pep talk for myself and for anybody else who needs it, but it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. We let all of these things affect how we feel every day, and we shouldn't. If we do our best, we try our absolute hardest that we can that day. And you know what? My absolute hardest on Monday might be 5,000 words because I'm really loving writing and it's really flowing. And my best on Tuesday might be getting up and showering in between watching YouTube because I just can't do the day on Tuesday. But I did my best. You know, I still tried, and trying looks different for everybody, and it looks different for every individual on any individual day, on any individual subject, on any individual situation. Doing our best is not always a set limit. It's not always 750 words. It's not always a certain GPA or a certain university or a certain grade in a certain class. All of those things are ways we use to measure how well we did, which is fine. You can measure how well you did and be proud of how well you did, or use how well you did to motivate you to do better in the future, but you should not use how well you did to define who you are and your worth as a person, because that doesn't change situation to situation. You are amazing. You are smart. You are strong. You are trying your best. And that does not change whether you get a B or an A. You are still smart. You are still strong. You are still beautiful. You are still trying your best. Who we are is not changed or defined by these different variables in society, in our lives. And I let myself as a person be defined by those Latin honors yesterday, and that's not okay. It's not who I want to be. I work really, really hard on myself and my mental health and my outlook on life, because it doesn't come easy to me to be positive, to think nice things about myself, to be uplifting. So I work on it. I work really hard at it, and sometimes it's a struggle, and sometimes I think bad thoughts about myself, and I think I'm not worthy of certain things, or that I didn't earn certain things, but it's just not true. It's just not true. I am as worthy as everybody else out there. We are all human beings. We are living here together. We all have our own pain, our own struggles, our own triumphs. And so any obligatory label that we can put on ourselves does not define who we are at our core. Whether or not you believe you have a soul, there is something inside of us that makes us uniquely who we are, and who I am is worth just as much as who you are. And who I am does not change because I got Latin honors that wasn't what I expected. It does not change if I don't meet my word count goal. It does not change if I don't read as many books as I wanted to this year. It does not change if I get a lower grade than I thought I did in a class. I know I got a little heated in this video, kind of yelled at you guys, but I'm gonna come back and watch this video because I don't want to let myself feel like I did yesterday again. I shouldn't let myself feel like that again. And if I find myself slipping into those thoughts, whether it's Latin honors, whether it's word count, or a different goal that I set for myself, or a different goal that I feel like society set for myself, when I find myself slipping into those mindsets, I'm gonna rewatch this and remind myself that maybe I didn't do as great as I thought I would in a certain situation, but I did my best. And as long as I'm doing my best, then it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. If it was a B instead of an A, if it was a lower Latin honors, if it's a smaller word count, or a bigger size of jeans, it doesn't matter. I am who I am. I'm proud of who I am. And my worth is not going to be changed or dictated by these obligatory goals that I feel like I must compete against. Thank you for sticking with me through this video, if you did. I hope that it made you feel better. I hope that maybe it changed your outlook on something, or reaffirmed your outlook on something. I hope that you can hear what I have to say and take it in and really believe it about yourself. I hope that you see yourself as smart and strong and beautiful and worthy, because you are. And I hope you have a wonderful day today. Thank you so much for watching my videos. My name is CarsonLee Harper. I make writing and reading content on here, and I guess occasionally rants / motivational speeches. If you want to see more from me, please subscribe, because I truly would love to have you here. And I will see you guys later in the week with another video. Bye.